Okay. Sorry. I'm a little, the energy that I am feeling is absolutely intense. The message that I am supposed to share feels very heavy. The way that I can explain this is the fact that it is, I'm angry. I am, so angry. Just pissed. That's the energy I'm feeling. Okay? And thank you. The energy that I'm being given is it's about what is happening in this moment right now. God, the universe, higher power, whatever you want to call it. I say God, but it's not in the traditional sense of God. It's not the Christian one, or the church God. It's the power that is within all of us. God. Now, it's the message that I am being told to share is that it's time to wake up. It's time to remember. It's time to forget. It's time to let go. It's time to be. We are all gods and goddesses in human form. There's a small piece of us that sits within us that has been just completely covered and dimmed and broken down, and we all carry that divine power within us. Every single person. We all have the ability to heal. We all have the ability to work with energy. We all have the ability to see and sense things. We all have the ability to speak to spirits. We all have these abilities. When you hear of other people and their abilities, just know that they were able to tap into those abilities a little bit sooner, and so they have been able to hone them. They've been able to use them. Sometimes, in my case, I didn't even know I was doing it. It was so normal for me that I didn't know that that was not something that everybody couldn't already do. Many of the people, and I hate to say this, are people that, as children especially, if you were a child that experienced some form of sexual abuse, you tapped into something that you didn't know you could actually do. You tapped into they say spiritual gifts. You tapped into something outside the normal that you didn't know was different. And so in that context, you have been going around doing these things that others put a term on it as like wrong or scary or bad, or maybe even some people said that it was okay and it was a gift, and others try to control it. The possibilities could be like endless right now. But the main point that I'm getting at is that we all have these. Realize that if you were younger and experienced this, it's because of the fact that no matter what, when we are in a scary situation, we will always want to escape, to get away. Now realize that your body may not be able to get away, but you will escape mentally. And especially if you are a younger child, realize children are so impressionable. They are so young and so blank canvases that because they are such a blank canvas, they are not completely wired yet with all of the programming that we have been taught for years. So because of how young they are, and the younger they are, the more of the possibilities of things that they tapped into. So astral travel, reading minds, that kind of stuff. All of these abilities are ones that have, all of these abilities are things that we all can do. But because some people experienced such trauma, and because they wanted to get away, and the only way they could do it was like mentally, that's why so many people that are, have been abused are not grounded. They are not in their root chakra. They are mostly, off with their heads in the clouds, as some may say, or not quite all there, space cadets, whatever it may be. It's because of the fact that they spent so much time in their upper chakras. And so I am starting this whole thing where I'm, sharing how I was able to work through a lot of my stuff. I'm sharing a lot of these tips and tricks and stuff like that of things I have done to really get more rooted in my body. And it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time because there was a lot of trauma that I had to sort through, because once you start getting grounded, once you start really working through your trauma, once you really start cleaning and cleansing and clearing out your lower chakras, there's a lot there. And that's not even including the ancestral stuff that comes in with you, because if you've agreed before coming in here that you're going to be an ancestral, curse breaker, there's a lot on that plate that you're going to have to work through. Like for my family especially, it was the fact that women could not, they always needed a man to survive, and I had to break that. I had to work on becoming a single, independent, stable mother of 3 kids, and keeping my kids, and not losing custody of them, and all this other stuff. Addictions was a big one in my family that went through various different family members. All of this stuff. That'll be a whole other video. But the message that I am supposed to get out is that we are all gods and goddesses, but we have forgotten. When you start working through all of why I bring up the trauma, when you start working through that trauma, you have to realize that when you start cleaning out and clearing out all of that stuff, all of that disgusting junk that has been like given to you and that you have taken on as a challenge, as a, as something that you're going to clean up and clear and get rid of, you have to sort through all that junk, kind of like a hoarder's house. You have to get rid of all of this stuff that isn't even yours, that's disgusting, and that you don't even want. But there's going to be a couple of nice things in there that were given to you that were really, that are special. That's also your gifts. You have to, I keep saying you have to realize, like, it's like this is the message that I keep getting told that I have to say. It's like, it's time to wake up. It's time to look in those deep, dark corners to see all of that stuff out and pull it all out and just clean it all out, because that's where the gifts are hidden. That's where your gifts are hidden. That's where these abilities are hidden. Once you clear out all of that crap, that's where you'll find this little tiny pearl, this diamond, this whatever you want to call it, this gift, this special thing that you didn't even know you could actually do, but you've been doing this whole entire time just on autopilot. And then you learn how to control it. Then you learn how to use it for your own good. Like people that have energy healing, those that are Reiki masters, those that are, believe it or not, these Reiki masters, these energy healers are people that have had to heal themselves. They've had to go in and they've had to rip open and cleanse and clear all of these wounds within themselves to prepare their body to be able to receive that energy and to clear out the energy and to work with the energies around them. They have had to actually put in the work to understand what that energy is. It's not because they were just like given this nice little box with a bow on it and like, here you go, have fun with this. No, they had to do the work. They had to go in and they had to really sit in the trash. One of the treatment centers that I was at would always say, you need to sit in your shit. It's what it is you've got to sit in your shit and you got to deal with it. Okay? So, with that in mind, now, keep that one in mind. I am here to remind you that you are a god and a goddess and all of that. You can tap into that, but you've got to get rid of all of the programming, all of that stuff that was like given to you, all that stuff that you were taught, all of these things that you were told, because now is the time, is this season, these next 7 years are going to be the time of deprogramming and reprogramming. I want you to question everything, anything and everything, because at this point, nothing is unheard of, right? Because we have people out there eating children, and we have people out there, doing God knows what. There's so many crazy things happening out there, that it's like, it's at this point, are you really that surprised? Are you really that surprised? I am being told, the God voice in me is just screaming out, wake up. It's not And I'm not going to say that it's an easy task. Like, realize it's if you were trained, if you were programmed to be a good boy, a good girl, to be a people pleaser, to follow the rules, to obey, these are things that you were trained to do, that you were taught to do. If you were told, you know, that, like, here's a prime example. I mean, these are things that we've been slowly dismantling over the years in my own family, is the fact that, here's a prime example. Thanksgiving. Why do we have Thanksgiving? Does anybody really enjoy Thanksgiving? I ask this because there are probably some people that do, and if you do, okay, you know, great. Please answer in the comments. Like, tell me you do. Give me the reason why. Why I bring this up is because, like, there are so many people out there that have Thanksgiving and they only go because they feel obligated to show up. They feel like they have to go and they have to show up at a family event because of the fact that they said that they would. And so, therefore, if they don't, then they're going to be shamed or guilt because of the fact that they did not come. They don't enjoy going. They only go because of the fact that it is required of them. And they hate every minute of it. But that's not every person. I get it. I know it's not every person. But realize, why do we even have Thanksgiving? What holiday does it represent? It's a holiday that was told to us to celebrate, you know, whenever we first arrived here and the Native Americans, the colonists, you know, like, had a Thanksgiving with the Native Americans. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. And we're told that they had all of these different kinds of foods. They had the turkey, and they had the, like, when you go deeper down the rabbit hole and you actually look into Thanksgiving and everything, like, they wouldn't have had any of those foods there. We have so Americanized it and, you know, made it into something that it's not really. I mean, it's about family and it's about getting together, and why? Why? Like, why is going to be your favorite question this year? Not this year, but, like, for a while. Why? Why would they tell us that? Why would we believe that? Why were we carrying this tradition on for so many years? I mean, why? My family, we don't do Thanksgiving. My kids and I, we have it. We just don't do the traditional thing. We make we do kind of like homemade sushi and, you know, orange chicken, and do more of like a Japanese, Chinese, whatever, like kind of like a mixture of things. And that's what we eat. And we all make it together. We all have like different things that we do. I make the homemade cream cheese wontons, or the cream cheese ragoons. And, you know, like, we have like certain things that we all take turns making. And that would be my son. Hold on just 1 minute. Okay. So, back to my rant. Okay. So, the point that I'm making is the fact that in order to get to the remembering of who you are at your core, which is a god or a goddess, whichever one you more steer towards. You can actually, believe it or not, you can tap into either one because we are both masculine and feminine. We carry both. So if you feel more obliged to stepping into your god or your goddess, it varies upon which one you want to be in. That's, again, energy manipulation and, so many other things that we could go down a rabbit hole talking about. But remembering your godlike state. Okay? Why I bring this up is because, like, so many of us have forgotten. And I even forgot, but it took me so long to remember because I had so much to work through to get to the remembering, to realize how powerful I am. Because we all are that powerful. And we all have these abilities. We all can tap into it. It's just having to let go of what is no longer going to serve us, which is the people pleasing, which is the, masks, the manipulation, the inner child wounds. You cannot step into that power if you're still holding on to the things that hurt you from being a child and, not dealing with all of that happened to you. It takes work, it takes time, but it can be done. I just want to reach out and tell people to remember. I don't know if anybody else is feeling this right now. And this is something that I felt a long time ago when I started my journey of remembering. And I call it the journey of remembering because of the fact that it was a healing journey and a growth journey. And it started out in a whole different way. Like, my goal was to get sober. And that was the main point, was to sober up and to remember stuff that my body wasn't going to let me remember. My brain locked away memories of what was done to me as a child for a very long time, and it took a while for me to get those memories. But the thing that we have to realize is that locked within those memories are also past life memories, are also core memories that, because whenever you lock away the memories, whenever you shove them down, you don't get to pick and choose which ones. You just do it with all of them. You automatically clear them all out and forget everything. But there's so many good ones in there too. And yeah, it sucks to have to remember the crappy ones. Believe me when I say this. I hate the memories that are horrible and painful. But I also get good memories that come up as well. I get really beautiful ones that I'm grateful for as well. So it's not all bad. The main point, though, that I was discussing on this was the fact that on my journey to remembering, I had this deep feeling of like I was forgetting something. Have you ever had a dream and you woke up from that dream and you're sitting there and you're grasping at it? You're like, I know that I'm missing something. I know I had this dream. I know that it was a good dream. I know, like, I can still feel the remnants of the feelings of it, but I don't remember. It's kind of like that feeling of whenever you are going into a room and you're like, wait, What was I doing here? What was I going to do here? Like, I came in here for something. I just don't remember what. Sometimes you have to go back into the room that you were in, where you had the idea, in order to get the idea to go back and go get whatever you were going for. Same concept for the remembering. Sometimes you have to go backwards into the past, into the memories, to get what you were looking for, to get the important information that you need to let it go and to move on. So, like, I want to read a poem that I found a while back. I went to a thrift store and I just found a book, and it was, I can't even, like, it's a really old one. Pearls Gathered from the Fields of Poetry and Romance. It's a very old one. Like, it called to me, and it was so funny because, like, when I opened it up to this page, and this page just kind of like screamed at me in a way, and it just yelled out, remember, whatever life may be or bring in Maytime or December, the sweetest burden of its songs will always be remember. Though we have seen our youth depart, lost friends and still regret them, behold our dear ones fade and die, we would not yet forget them. Not yet nor ever, for when age cowers life's dying ember, the way to keep our old hearts warm will still be to remember. It was like somebody was screaming to me, remember, remember. Like, there's something I forgot that I just can't get a hold of, that I can't grasp. If you feel that way, if you feel at all in that way, know that you are not alone. Know that you are on a journey of remembering, and that it's going to be it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, you're going to have weird things happen. You're going to see crazy things. You're going to remember crazy things. You're going to think you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But no, you're not alone. Know that you are coming back to who you're meant to be. You are on this crazy wild trip, and so many people have gone before you. So many people are coming along that same trip with you, and that's okay. It's okay. We all are in this together. So I needed to share that because I was being told that I needed to share this message more than anything about what's going to be happening shortly, because with the moon and everything, the full moon tomorrow, and it being May 1st, and just everything that's coming in right now, it's with everything that's going on outside in the world as well, it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. So, yeah, I just want you to come back into who you are meant to be. You are a god. You are a goddess. You are powerful. You are strong. You are not what you have been programmed to believe, to be. You can break it. You can push through all of this. And once you get to the other side, it's going to be an absolutely beautiful experience. And I'm here for you. Okay? So, I'm just going to leave it at that. And I will keep posting and I will keep sharing, and I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay? You got this.